Ooh, crisp.
Go ahead, Justin.
Welcome, everyone, to Cracker Jokes. Go ahead, Chandler.
I'm Chandler Fair. Go ahead, Justin.
I'm Justin Briscoe. Hit it, Chandler.
So we are a fake baseball podcast. We're giving you 9 minutes of comedy. Throwing it back to you, Jay.
Every week, just for you. And I've never once thought about how to do this intro.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day to be here. It's a beautiful day to start cracking these jokes. The number one podcast, ladies and gentlemen, of people that get flagged on Facebook for asking for them to send things to their Gmail. We got flagged today.
What does that mean exactly?
So Facebook said, be careful about what you post on Facebook because this is going against our hate speech policy because we're talking about cracker jokes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They don't like the slur?
No.
Right.
But I feel like if you are the slur and it's in your name, it should be allowed.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely, especially when it's a play on Cracker Jacks.
Exactly. Like, we're not trying to use it for the slur reason.
Right.
So Mark Zuckerberg needs to get his hell off of our Facebook.
Yeah, get your hell off of my Facebook. Now, we would have had so many suggestions.
We would have, but it got flagged.
But it got flagged.
Yeah, well, we'll get that into the next inning. Justin, how you doing?
Pretty good. Today marks day 2 of my 5-day vacation.
Let's go.
I didn't do much. I had some lunch. I went to the gym this morning.
Nice.
Got my swole on. I think I'm doing gym wrong though.
Why?
Because I feel like after you do a good day of lifting, you should be sore the next day. And I'm never sore the next day, so I feel like I'm not going hard enough.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I've kind of heard that you could feel sore, but also like that would kind of hurt your long-term ability to like continually do that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so it's almost arguably better if you just kind of work up to it. Because I'm sure the more that you start doing it, the more that you're going to keep going harder. And then you'll eventually get sore.
Right.
But I think as you're working yourself, like... Because how long have you been like going to the actual gym now for?
Probably like 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good, man. Do you know how much the summer pass is at Reed Gym?
It's $50 if you're a student.
Okay.
So,
for the full summer?
Because it's like called the gap price. So if you were a student before and you're going to be again, you can get $50 for the whole summer.
Okay. Because I need to sign up for that so that I can start going and playing some basketball. Yeah, man, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm getting over some emotional situations that I've been going through recently. You can check out Fair the Burn, the last episode of it, where we talk about some of the flings that I have been through over the last couple of years.
Was there 3 of them?
There were 3 of them, airing out the dirty laundry.
Okay.
And... yeah, man. Since then, I've just been going to work. I know that on this podcast, I've had an issue with going to jobs and then quitting them.
Yeah.
But
this job you've held for a while now.
I have, yeah, like a month and a half.
Yeah,
so
that's not bad.
Especially for this podcast, because normally I would get jobs and then not go.
You'd hold them for about a week.
Yeah. So I'm good. Just out here grinding, trying to live life, trying to get people to actually comment and send things to our Gmail, because a big issue with the court case is we're not getting enough fan reaction.
Yeah.
So, Justin, go ahead and tell them about that as we go into inning 2 here.
So when we were in court, the judge talked to us and he said, "Why should I care about your podcast if no one else does?" And I said, "Judge, that doesn't seem like a legal argument." He said, "I'm the judge. I get to decide." So here's the thing. We need this judge on our side, which means we need fan interaction.
Absolutely.
So please send us something.
To crackerjokespod@gmail.com, because unfortunately now we have to make other rules.
Yes.
So I'm going to give Justin a moment to think here about his rule, but I had a rule that I thought about earlier today that I think we need to start implementing.
Okay.
And it's called the Dorito Echo.
Okay.
And it's any time that someone says Doritos or like Dorito on our podcast, then everyone on the podcast has to stop mid-sentence and go, Doritos!
All right.
And we have to just all yell Doritos.
Okay. That counts for guests as well?
Yeah, if they don't know about the rule, like, it's fine, but, like, we definitely know about the rule, so we'd have to do it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the idea.
Right.
And the reason that I came up with Doritos is because they are actually a new sponsor of the podcast. So shout out to Doritos. Doritos!
You gotta make sure we pull back from the mic when we do that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole technique to it.
Yeah.
And we just want to shout them out because
Who are you shouting out?
Doritos.
Doritos!
Oh, shit.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's real
it's
bad.
okay. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, so that's the Doritos rule, as we have the Praiseby rule and the Tanner Morton cribbage rule.
Okay. All right. My rule has been fully crafted in my head and is not just coming out as I say the words.
100%.
Is anytime someone gets a little too serious on the podcast, the other person can say, "Hey, tell us about it," and that person then has to stare straight into the camera and monologue, film noir style, what's going on in their life.
And we'll give them like a close up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We'll start playing some music. We'll give them a close up. So if anyone's too serious, we go, "Hey, tell me about it."
Yeah.
And then they have to tell us about it. No, that was the water that's in my neighbor's house. Yeah.
Hopefully everyone heard that water.
They probably did. It's okay. We're going to move on. Again, send anything that you can to crackerjokespod@gmail.com. We really want to talk to you guys. We want to have some fan interaction.
Or even if you're not a fan.
If you're a hater.
If you hate us. Send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's even better.
And get people that you think would hate this to watch it. We'll take hate watches.
Do you hate white men? Do you hate baseball?
Do you hate beards?
Do you hate people that wear shirts that aren't smalls?
Do you hate people that have glasses?
Do you hate men who have the initials CF or JB? Do you hate Justin Bieber?
Do you hate Jason Boboa?
Do you hate Charlie Frank?
Do you hate Chuck Fafoa? I don't have any names for anything.
Then go ahead and tell them to send anything to crackerjokespod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Here we go. We are in inning 3 over under the classic inning 3 staple.
Yeah.
Justin, go ahead and pick our first topic here.
From the Aries Cup.
Aries Cup.
Ooh, this one's the good one. Ooh, the color yellow. The color yellow.
Absolutely overrated.
Okay, why?
Absolutely overrated. Yellow is tacky. The only thing that I think yellow really looks good on is Volkswagen Bugs. Mm-hmm. I think Volkswagen Bugs are allowed to look yellow.
Okay.
The sun, not yellow. Overrated. Yellow. No, I will say this. Yellow in Spanish is amarillo.
Yeah, it's a good word.
And that's a great word.
Yeah.
So I will say that yellow is slightly overrated. I don't think it's as overrated, but just because of the Spanish pronunciation.
Okay, well, I can't believe that you would say that on this podcast of all podcasts, because yellow is extremely underrated.
No.
We do a baseball podcast here that's extremely about baseball. And what does yellow represent in baseball?
Piss.
Nope, the mustard on your hot dog. Now, if that mustard was not yellow, then would a hot dog be the same?
No, it wouldn't.
No, it absolutely wouldn't. And without yellow, is yellow one of the primary colors?
Maybe. What makes green?
I think blue and yellow make green.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I think it's red, blue, and yellow.
Okay, so without yellow, we wouldn't have green.
That's true.
And probably other colors too.
That's true.
And here's the biggest thing. My biggest point on this, on why yellow is so underrated, is because you said it's overrated and we have to argue about these things.
A girl told me that my aura was yellow. And that girl
what does that mean?
It means that I remind her of the sun. And again, the sun is not yellow. Yeah. So for me...
hold on, because our good friend Eddie Vedder would beg to differ.
I don't want to talk about Eddie Vedder. It's certainly in this conversation about this person, I do not want to talk about Eddie Vedder, bro.
Okay, but Lemon Yellow Sun.
Listen, Pearl Jam's a great band.
Yeah.
Okay. But my favorite color is pink.
Just like Aerosmith.
Yeah, Aerosmith. I was going to say Blink-182 is Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Hey, you might have swapped me. I'm not going to lie. The mustard argument was good.
Yeah.
It was really good, especially on this podcast. I feel a bit blasphemous.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick firm with my stance because I do think that yellow on most things is not good.
Yeah.
But mustard makes me think a little bit.
Yeah, like a yellow shirt, unless you're Charlie Brown, is not good.
Well, I have a yellow Carhartt that looks okay. That Carhartt saved my life.
Is it pure yellow though?
Not like, I guess it's kind of like dark yellow.
Yeah.
Hard liquor.
Oh, hard liquor is extremely... You know what? I was going one way. I'm going the other. It's overrated.
It's overrated.
It's super overrated. I firmly believe that everyone who tells me how great certain liquors are, I don't think they like those liquors nearly as much as they're pretending to.
Okay.
I think they that they should, and it makes them adult and makes them manly. Because it's always been men.
You talking about like whiskey drinkers?
Yes.
Yeah.
When people are coming, oh, you haven't had a good bourbon then. And I'm like, no, I haven't. And I have had bourbon. Now, that's the thing. There are liquors that I like better than other liquors. Mm-hmm. But I've never had one where I was like, I could just drink this like water.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing.
Right. Or like juice. Like if we're just talking about like straight up, because we were talking the other night about there's some drinks that people can make that's like, okay, that's really good. And you couldn't tell there's alcohol in that, like some martinis or cocktails or like I think AMFs kind of taste like that. I think they taste kind of juicy.
Yeah.
So very few things to me. Like people always like get drinks and they go, ooh, that's dangerous. And and 90% of the time, if you gave me that drink, I'd go, there's alcohol in that. Like 99% of the time, bro, I'd go, yeah, there's rum, tequila, maybe a little bit of vodka. Like I could tell you that it's not dangerous.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Dude, do you not hear that? That's so true. People are always like,
ooh, I could get in trouble with this. I think I've even said it myself.
I'm stopping after this one. Like, shut up, dude. No, hard liquor, it's good. Like, out of any alcohol that I'm going to drink hard liquor.
Yeah.
But I don't think drinking is that appealing to me.
No.
This is why I have a binge drinking problem.
Right.
Because I don't want to drink all the time, but when I do drink, I want to drink a lot.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
So...
And I'm going to do everything I can to make that liquor not taste like liquor.
Yes. And I'm getting the cheap stuff or maybe the mid-shelf stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, like you're saying, all the people that are like, oh, well, you like rum, but you only drink Bacardi.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude. Yeah. It's good, okay?
Yeah.
It gets me drunk. Let me drink my Malibu rum.
Yeah. And if I'm going to spend a bunch of money and then mix it with something, what am I doing? I'm trying to get rid of the taste anyway, so why don't I just buy the crap?
Yes.
Because there are differences in taste. I will agree with that. The top shelf tends to taste better than the bottom shelf, but there's not so much of a difference that I need to spend an extra $30-$40.
These people are pretentious.
Yes.
This is why I don't like hard liquors, because of the drinkers. Because if you're going to name a drink an old-fashioned, get your Jim Crow drinks out of here, dude.
Get your JCs the hell out of here.
No.
Jim Crow was over a long time ago. Get over it.
You don't want anything old-fashioned.
And by get over it, I mean stop trying to reenact it in our drinks.
Yeah.
Because that could go way the other way, and I don't mean it that way.
You're trying to trick me. You're trying to get me drunk and trick me into saying some stuff I don't want to say.
Yeah. Well, I say enough stupid stuff sober. Now, knock it off.
Exactly. All right, JB, go ahead and pull one more.
Okay. This is going to be the third and best and last. Cigarettes.
This is an interesting one for us.
This is an interesting one for us. We both smoked a cigarette or two in our day.
One or two.
I continuously smoke. It's a problem. I'm going to say they are, overrated.
Okay.
There's nothing good about them other than their addictive properties, and that's certainly not good. Even as a smoker, I don't like the smell. I hate when I have a cigarette come back into my car, and I'm like, oh, it smells like cigarettes in here.
or like going like from outside into like back into rehearsal.
Yeah.
When we have to go be around people and we're like, you come in and you're like, why do I smell sick? Oh,
Yeah.
it's me.
Yeah, so even though I do it, I would like to stop doing it, and they are overrated. I think saying underrated is a scary thing to do. Are you going to try to pull it off?
I want to remind everyone that this is a comedy podcast.
Okay, here we go.
But I believe that cigarettes are underrated. And here's why.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing cooler to hold in your hand outside when you're talking with people than a cigarette, dude. As far as like picturesque moments that you can have in your life, think of how many classic, and I know I was just shitting on the Jim Crow era, but think about how many classic photos there are of people smoking a cigarette. And let me tell you something else. Yeah. Nothing gets like the head jumping. And I'm not saying smoking cigarettes all the time.
No.
I'm not saying like being like someone who's always, but I'm saying like bumming cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like just being like, oh yeah, you got one of those, and then you start going, you know? And for just like a millisecond, you think, I have the answer to every question in the universe in my head right now.
You get like a 3-minute high.
Yeah. Now, the buzz when you like don't smoke for a long time and then you smoke a cigarette is crazy.
Yeah.
But again, like a little bit, and here's the thing. Are they as bad for you as people say, you know? Like, I'm just saying, there's a lot of science.
That's going to be our stance. Cigarettes, do they really cause cancer? Can we prove there was nothing else going on at the time?
I mean, I know they have a warning on the package, but is it necessary?
Yes.
Well, it's, the science is still coming out. This came out in 2020.
Still coming out.
There's studies being done.
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
So, don't trust big government. They'll tell you not to smoke anything.
Trust big cigarette.
Trust. Is it J.B. Morris? What's the Philip Morris?
Yes. Trust Philip Morris.
I don't know where J.B. came from.
I don't know who Philip Morris is.
It's he's a big cigarette guy. Big cigarette company.
Okay, we are into inning 4 now. This is a new game we're going to play called 20 Words.
20 words.
So the goal of this game is I have 10 words.
Yes.
And I have to get Justin to guess these 10 words in 20 words or less. Now, if I go over, I just lose. But I still have to get you to guess these words in the least amount of words as possible.
Do you get to do any pantomiming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can pantomime if I need to.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready to begin, Justin?
Yeah, this should go well.
Okay.
Guessing games always go well.
Yeah, we're going to be good at this.
Okay.
Woodstock.
Concert. Festival. Music. Hippies. Marijuana.
Young.
Kids. Children. Young adults. Teenagers. All right, we got one.
Bang.
But we use two. We got to do better. We got to save one somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Obama.
President. Politician. Married guy. A Barack.
Party.
Oh, Democrat. Democratic. Liberal? Okay.
Bang. Ooh, college teacher.
Professor? Alrighty. 3 down, 7 to go.
Ooze.
Ooze. Goo. Seep. Pour. Slime.
Yes!
There we go.
Yes!
Crash test dummies. Campbell's soup.
Chief.
Chief. Engineer. Boss.
Pocatello.
Native American. One chop. Native. All right, there we go.
Delay.
Stop. Slow.
Sound.
Volume. Wall. I have no idea. Delay sound.
Canyon.
Echo. Now I get it.
Horn.
Honk. Cow or bull. Deer.
Africa.
Buffalo. Bison. Water buffalo. Antelope.
Nose.
Reindeer. Wait, is this the same? We didn't get the other one yet, right? Okay. An Africa horn. Rhinoceros. There we go.
Ooh, pipes.
Pipes. Motorcycle. Organ. Singer. Tobacco.
House.
Pipes, house, stove. Water. Plumbing. Sewer.
Job.
Not a plumber. Oh,
Plumber. Yeah,
okay.
you said time out real quick because I have to say this and I have to use more words. It was plumber. You said plumbing. Sorry, I was trying to get the exact word.
Yeah, got it.
We have 2 words left for me to use.
Okay.
And there are 2 answers.
Okay, so we have to do it on one on each.
So I can give you 1 word each.
All right.
Okay, Justin.
All right.
Your first word is farm.
Of course, the answer to this is tractor.
Yes!
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yankees.
New York. Okay, baseball. North. Okay, come on. Yankees. Pinstripes. Derek Jeter.
Yes! It's Derek Jeter! And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that is 20 questions.
20 words.
20 words, 20 questions. Justin got it right on the money, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the captain so much. He hit you back yet?
No, not yet, but I have faith that he will.
One day, man.
Yeah.
One day he's gonna hit you back and you'll be his little skipper again.
One day. One day soon, I hope.
Yeah.
One day more. Okay, no singing.
No singing. Rule. That is an early rule.
Yeah.
So there is a thing that we're gonna do now called a draft.
Yeah.
You might have heard of it. You might have not.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset about it in the 60s.
They are trying to bring it back now,
yeah.
From what I hear. And I think people are getting mad now, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm over 40, so I'm not worried about it anymore.
And I'm barely over the line of getting drafted, so I also don't care anymore. But Justin and I are going to draft playground games,
yes,
or games we used to play at recess. And since Justin went first last time, I am going to go first this time.
Yeah.
Also because I won the last draft. Thank you, Preston Edwards.
Yeah.
And I am going to take a classic recess game that I feel like you can't go wrong with, and that is just a staple of every recess you ever go to, and that is Foursquare.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How are you not going to take Foursquare off top?
That's a really good one. Yeah, I was definitely looking at Foursquare. Foursquare was high on the list for sure.
Well, it's like there's, some of the most competitive matches of my life have been in Foursquare games. They even made an adult version called Nine Square.
Yeah.
People make because Foursquare is so popular.
And I used to work at an elementary school, and I had to deal with behavior issues. And that game caused more fights than any other game on the playground.
Yep, I can think of one more that I'm going to take if you don't take the next one.
Okay.
But Foursquare.
I'm going with. No, I'm not going to start with this one. I'm going to hope this one slides a little bit to me. I'm going to go with the best one. And that is going out with your friends, even though you're not supposed to, and playing some tackle football out in the field.
I like that. We would play flag football But playing tackle football is definitely like an 80s, 90s thing, I feel like, for sure.
You tackle each other until a teacher finally yells at you, and then you go back to two-hand touch.
And then eventually do you go back to tackling in the same recess, or you always just wait for it to reset?
No, you have to wait till the next recess.
That's fair. It's like a reset clock.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that. I like breaking the rules. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, and you're clear out in the field so nobody can see you.
I'm going to take with my next choice the other game that I think of when I think of the most fights, and that's tetherball.
Oh, that's the one I was hoping would slide to me.
See, tetherball, classic, especially for Idaho kids watching Napoleon Dynamite. Like, we all got tetherball courts. We all know what it is. Yep. And there literally was a tetherball league at my last elementary school, and people would be like managers, and we had these things called Falcon Bucks that were like good job points that you could use at the end of the week, like at a carnival. People would be like betting Falcon Bucks on people like in tetherball and stuff. It was crazy.
That does sound wild.
The Wolf of Tetherball.
Some competitive tetherball. I'm going to take one that you probably should have taken because this is the game for all ages, and that's tag.
Tag.
I'm taking every iteration of tag.
Are you taking the movie tag too?
I'm taking the movie.
It's about it.
I'm taking freeze tag. I'm taking kiss tag. I'm taking cartoon tag. TV tag.
Wow.
All of them.
All of the tags.
Tag is mine.
That really should have been the first choice because tag, I don't think there's a more classic game than tag.
There's absolutely not. Tag is number one with a bullet.
You know what? I heard they were playing tag during the Jim Crow era too.
We were really obsessed with the Jim Crow era. You want to know some Jim Crow trivia?
Sure.
You'll know the answer to this question because of what I'm talking about, but do you know what the name of the head crow in Dumbo was?
Abraham Lincoln.
It was Jim. Disney has some problematic past.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even I just saw The Wizard of Oz, and there's a scene in The Wizard of Oz where they're talking about ghosts, but instead they use like a old black derogatory term that isn't really used anymore. And luckily this production took it out.
So wait, can you not even say that word referring to ghosts anymore?
I think it's a bad word, dude.
I mean, I also think it's outdated to even use it for ghosts.
Yeah.
So, like, don't use it. But
I would have to question what the origins of the word is. Like, I would think if the origins of the word was the derogatory version, then probably not.
Then you gotta get rid of it. I think the origins are for ghosts, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway. You know what? Wizard of Oz, I think, was the Jim Crow era, so it might be.
Sure.
I don't know. We're on to me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3.
So, number 3, for a playground game, I gotta take wall ball.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wall ball's classic. We used to play with a lacrosse ball. It hurt a lot. Mm-hmm. Especially when you had to get pegged if you didn't make it.
Yeah.
At the time, wall ball, classic game.
Great game. I'm going to take the game that's hard to pull off, but when you can pull it off and you're a big, strong man, well, big, strong boy.
Right.
Red Rover.
Ooh.
One of the few games I could dominate at because I was much bigger than everyone else.
Did kids just get together and play Red Rover?
Not very often. Most times it was teachers would set it up. It would be like a whole thing. Every once in a while people would try to set up a Red Rover. So it's a bad pick for quantity, great pick for quality.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good, it's a nice like French dish of a pick.
Yeah, it's like the tapas of playground games.
So I have Foursquare, Tetherball, Wall Ball.
Yeah.
And you currently have Tackle Football.
Tag.
And what you just said.
And what I just said.
Which was?
Which was?
Red Rover.
Red Rover.
Sorry, I don't ever play that game, so I have a hard time thinking of it. You know what, Justin?
Did you guys play that game when you were in school?
We've played it, but like it was a lot of like kindergarten or like maybe first grade. Like we probably didn't play into like
once you're old enough, like it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I was like, yes, this one I can do.
See, but there's a game that we've also been skipping here that they still play as adults.
Okay.
Because it's so fun, and that's kickball.
Yeah, kickball's great.
So I got to take the classic kickball. Because my team is stacked now. Do
you want to hear a story? Maybe I've already told it to you, but there's a story about how I got workman's comp from kickball.
No, I don't know that story.
Well, I was working at the school district, as I said, and I was out there on the playground, and I was watching these kids getting ready to play kickball. And I noticed what they were doing. They were putting all the good athletic kids on one team.
Right.
And making the other team be everybody else. So I said, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to play on the other team. So I go out there and I just drilled the ball so freaking hard. And did like a home run trot around the bases. And then stopped at third base. And then I was going to run home. And I was like, oh crap, they're going to get me out. So I tried to run a little faster. And then I tripped and I felt myself going down.
No.
And I was like, this is going to be super embarrassing. And it was.
Yeah.
So I hit the ground and I just like popped back up and walked it off. And I'm like, oh, that kind of hurt, but whatever. I'm like, I cannot show that I got hurt playing kickball. So I go back in, bell rings, go back to my office. And my knee's really hurting. So I pull up my pant leg and my knee is just swollen.
No, dude.
I sprained my knee. Played kickball, so I went and talked to the principal, and she's like, "Yeah, you got to go to the doctor, and we have to fill out this workman's comp stuff."
Because you got hurt playing with elementary school kids kickball.
Yeah. Now all it really did is they paid for my doctor's visit, is all.
Right.
Like, I didn't miss any time or anything like that, but I did get a workman's comp claim for kickball. Now I was trying to help. I was trying to help the kids who were going to lose, and I think they probably lost anyway because. I did get out. I did, in fact, not score.
Right, you fell. So
yeah.
It's a pretty easy target at that point.
Yeah. Well, there was a story of me playing baseball, falling down, and getting back up and stealing a base. But that's for another time.
Right. That's another day.
Yeah. That's my fourth, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. For my fourth pick, I'm going to take the classic game that we all know and love.
Right.
I'm not taking all of basketball. That's too much.
Okay.
I'm taking specifically Lightning.
Yeah, that's a good game.
And everyone can play Lightning. It doesn't matter how great you are at basketball. Everyone can play Lightning.
Well, again, I think that's a good pick because kickball, like Lightning, are games that adults still play even after they're children. And granted, I've also played Foursquare. Yeah. I've played like tag as an adult a little bit, like freeze tag and stuff.
I think I would play most of these. I could not play tag anymore. I'm too slow.
Yeah, tag, and also like regular tag isn't fun. Like more of like freeze tag or like different versions of tag.
Yeah. Now I would like to see an adult game of Red Rover. Just have people just sprinting into each other.
That's a comedy project thing for sure. We should play Red Rover.
Somebody's going to dislocate a thumb.
I'm ready. I'll make sure it happens. So our teams are me, Foursquare, tetherball, wall ball, and kickball. And Justin has illegal tackle football, tag, Red Rover, and Lightning. Therefore, he's disqualified. You can vote in the comments, but honestly, at the end of the day, I think I win.
Just because it's illegal?
Yeah, we don't support anything illegal around here.
That's true.
And thank you for Carl. He sent that in to us.
Thanks, Carl.
He's the hot dog guy at the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
And the number one listener of this show.
Yep. Thanks, Carl.
So he's been writing in a lot too, but his stuff's been going to spam, which is why we haven't read it.
Right.
But we'll get to you soon.
Yes.
Big K dog.
Yeah, he is Carl with a K.
Yeah, a bit interesting, but you know that's what they do at the Texas Rangers, man. They make you market yourself in weird ways.
Yep.
So today we're going to be talking about our challenges, and this is mostly because we would do obsessions during this section. But I had the sudden realization that Justin doesn't come up with any new obsessions.
I never obsess over anything.
He just kind of says different things that he likes.
Yep.
So I decided we're going to start to move away from that section.
I don't obsess over things.
And which is fine.
My brain can only think of something for about 10 minutes at a time.
And that's fine. And so we're just going to start moving away from the obsessions. We're going to start trying to play with different stuff.
How do you have so many obsessions?
Because I think I might be autistic. That's not necessarily true, but it's more along the lines of like, I just find things, dude, and then once I find something, I have to know everything about that thing.
Yeah. Like, I have had obsessions, but I don't normally have them.
Right. So we're going to be talking about our challenges today. These are things that Justin and I want to challenge ourselves to do. This probably won't be like a regular section, but I thought for today, because I thought of one for myself, we would go into it. And I'll give Justin a second here to think about it.
I've already got mine.
Perfect. Do you want to go into it?
Yeah, sure. My challenge is to have an obsession by the end of next week. Really figure out something that I can really dig into and just just really do a deep dive into something and really kind of figure out what it is at its essence and not just on the surface.
Yeah.
So by next week, I'm going to have an obsession.
And you heard it here first. Justin's making a proclamation that he's going to come up with an obsession. So check back in next week because we'll definitely have an episode and we're going to find out what that is.
And it's going to be an obsession.
And he's going to know
and
everything
if you have
about
any
it.
suggestions for what I should be obsessed about, go ahead and send that in.
To crackerjokespod
at
gmail.com or put it down in the comments. Really anything that would help this video.
Yeah.
My challenge is to get outside.
Okay.
It's summer. It's like officially summer.
Yeah.
It's been cold a little bit the last couple of days, but I caught myself last summer also being like, man, I'm spending a lot of time just like indoors. And I'm kind of seeing the same thing with me so far this summer. So my challenge for myself is to get outside more, get in the sun, walk around, run around, and just enjoy my time because I'm tired of being like cooped up inside of my house.
Well, I want to get in on that challenge. My challenge is going to be to have an even tan over my body rather than have one arm extremely tan, the other one white, and then everything else extremely white.
Do you want like the tan over like your chest here? Or are you going to get out there just
shirtless?
Just no shirt, just throwing it around?
I mean, there's been a lot of requests for that, so yeah, I probably should.
It'd probably be good for the Charlie show.
Yeah.
Well, and even if you don't get that, then we can get you like a spray tan and we can make everything even.
Well, and I got a letter from the mayor the other day who says like, you know, if you're gonna have that kind of physique, you need to show it off a little bit. Otherwise, we're gonna need you to kind of get rid of that perfect body.
Yeah.
And so I think I want to keep the perfect body, so I'm gonna have to start showing it off.
I would agree with that. And shout out to Brian Blatt, the mayor of Pocatello. He's actually going to be the guest in about 5 episodes when we get him.
Yeah.
And
he'll be here, I'm sure. He'll sit right in the middle.
Yeah. Me and Big B, we talk a lot.
Is that me or Blad?
That's Blad.
Okay.
I call him Bambino.
Yeah.
Babushka.
I call him Blad the Impaler.
Blad the Impaler is good. I call him my little bladder. And he'll be here. We're going to talk about policy. We're going to talk about trans rights. We're going to talk about the Jim Crow era.
Is that your obsession for this week is Jim Crow?
And the next segment is going to be obsessions. Where I'm going to talk about racist laws.
I don't think 2 white guys should be talking about Jim Crow this much. Maybe Jim Croce.
And now, coming to the plate, the #1 man who can sing BYOB by System of the Down. Jim Croce's identical twin and father at the same time. The man who stands with everybody. And is he funny?
No.
We're gonna find out together.
Do I need to lift this up again? Yeah.
I think so.
We'll pull it up to about here. How's that go? How's that
sounds
sound for you?
great, dude.
All right.
Okay, so sitting 7, we're going to go to this is the stretch.
This is the 7th inning stretch where I get to stand up and stretch my legs a little bit
And
while Chandler finds me a topic to talk about.
This is the segment that the whole podcast was built around.
Yeah, and probably our weakest segment, but also the one that's never going away.
We're going to talk about Republicans.
Oh, man. All right, Republicans. I don't dislike Republicans, but I do dislike extremists. And there's a lot of extremist Republicans right now.
Yep.
Especially in northern Idaho. How do we make this funny?
I don't like that the elephant is their logo.
That's an excellent choice to make this funny.
Yeah, I think they need to go with something else that like kind of resembles their name, like a pelican.
Yes.
Like I think Republicans, like if they got like
Democrat donkey makes sense.
Yeah, because they start with like the same letter.
They start with the same letter. So Republican raccoon. No, that was...
See, but I'm thinking pelican because
of
the end, the can. Because if Democrats start, we should like try to end it like a toucan.
Like, ask me about something. See if there's something I can do. Ask me something.
Like I have struggle with constipation, specifically on Tuesdays.
So you're asking, can I help with that?
Yeah.
I pelican.
A Republican. Yeah, I'm a Republican, not a Republican.
Yeah. And you can't use that. Like, that's what Republicans have over Democrats. You can't say, oh, Democrat. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't work.
But I Republican?
Yeah.
Now we're cooking with gas.
See, but you could also, but Democrat is like kind of like bad because you could say like I Democrat all over that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that's like
it
shit.
Sounds a little bit like crap, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, like shit.
Whoa.
Praise be. Sorry.
Got a little too much there.
Yeah, a little too much. I said it twice.
Offended my little baby ears. Now, what doesn't have little baby ears? An elephant. They've got big ears, big adult ears.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on giant ears on people?
I like them. I like them because, to me, they give them like a more cartoonish type of feel.
Yeah.
Right? And it reminds me of Dumbo. And you know who my favorite character in Dumbo is? It's Jim. It's Jim.
It's Jim. Also, did you know that your ears and your nose never stop growing, apparently?
Yeah, like even when you die.
So when you see like 70-year-old men, they have giant ears. Could be 70-year-old women too, probably.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it in men. Giant ears.
Which is crazy because I've never seen one Republican that I thought, man, you have giant ears.
But they're all old.
Right. So they're clones.
Yeah, so here's the thing that we want to talk about. This is what we really started this podcast for. Republicans are clones.
Republic-Clones.
Republic-Clones. And I think that the Emperor, Palpatine.
Yep.
Palpatine, because we're not Star Wars.
Yep.
Palpatine has decided to make a clone army with people with regular-sized ears. Because with giant ears, would those fit inside a helmet? Absolutely not.
No.
So he needed to clone small-eared people in order to fill his ranks with soldiers.
And that's how you know the Republic-Clones, because Republicans all played football.
Yes.
So they had to wear helmets. So their ears had to be they were big.
Yes, they were small.
They were small.
Their ears were not big, which made this so they could wear helmets.
Right.
Because big ears don't fit in helmets.
Yep.
Do you see Dumbo wearing a helmet?
No, you don't.
No, you absolutely don't.
You
Have you ever seen an elephant wearing a helmet?
Nope.
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 What else has big ears? Anything?
Dr. Phil.
Does Dr. Phil wear a helmet?
Never seen it.
Never seen it in my life. So, Republicans, clones, they wear helmets, and they're going to be stormtroopers. They need to be pelicans, and what else am I missing? And a Republican and Democrat on that.
Yeah, and that's inning 7. Inning 8.
All right, let's see if we can't keep this political.
2-out rally. What do you want to bring back?
What do I want to bring back?
I didn't even think about this, and I don't think Justin did either, so we're just going to kind of stall here for a second.
Yeah.
As we both think of things from the past that we want to bring back.
Yeah.
And I think I have a good one.
Okay.
That I thought about a long time ago that I've just been fleshing out, and I think in this exact moment, I have it.
Ooh, what is it?
It's bomber jackets.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think bomber jackets. I don't really know what they are, but I think they were in like the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, I remember bomber jackets from as a kid. They weren't huge.
Are they like leather?
Yeah, like leather-ish.
Is a bomber jacket and a duster the same thing?
No. Bomber jackets are like jacket size. Dusters are like trench coats.
Okay.
Yeah. Like trench coats for cowboys.
Well, I don't want to bring back dusters.
No.
But bomber jackets, because bomber jackets just go like around here, right?
Yeah.
They stop kind of at your
They look
waist.
like what an old-timey pilot would wear.
Are they puffy?
They're like not super puffy.
Are some of them puffy?
They're more puffy than a regular jacket.
Yeah, I'm thinking bomber jackets, I think.
Yeah. What about puffy vests? Would you bring back puffy vests?
I think...
Like, and just the vest.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Yeah. All right, let's all wait for Chandler. And while we're waiting, take a look at these glasses. I think somebody was wearing them in an episode recently. Okay. Now, that's not extremely puffy.
It's not extremely puffy, but I think it's...
But it's got puff to it.
It's not puff, but it is daddy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is daddy for sure.
The answer for me on vests is a hard no. I would never wear a vest.
Yeah, right. I think you'd look stupid in a vest.
Yeah, like, and especially like a vest with like a hood.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Look, why even have a hood on a vest? That's idiotic.
It really is. It's either idiotic or the smartest thing that man ever created, because now I look like a b-boy.
So probably idiotic then.
Well, it depends on like how high of IQ B-boys have. You know,
Well,
maybe
you
they
know,
have smarter IQs than you give them credit for.
Maybe if you were standing in a b-boy stance, I could see that.
Oh, do you mean like this?
That's the one. Okay, you're right. I'm back in. Vests are cool.
I'm now going to do the entire podcast in this pose. Don't challenge my IQ ever again.
All right, what I want to bring back, because I've of course thought of it, I want to bring back preparing for podcasts. No, I want to bring back, you know what I want to bring back?
Prepare.
I want to bring back podcasts that didn't have a paywall.
Yeah.
I have all these podcasts I used to listen to all the time, and I go back to find the episodes, and they're all behind a paywall now.
Or my other issue is mid-roll reads.
Oh, yes.
Like in the middle of the podcast when they're like, and here's a message from our sponsors.
Or YouTube ads. Like, especially when you're watching I like to watch a lot of like sarcastic a-hole but commentary type YouTube stuff.
Okay.
And then when you see them advertising Raid Shadow Legends, I'm like, this is kind of against everything that you've been showing the last... And a lot of times they'll even acknowledge it. They're like, yeah, they paid me. Here we go.
Raid Shadow Legends? Is that like a new World of Warcraft game?
You've never seen a Raid Shadow Legends ad?
No.
I guess it's mostly YouTube videos, not podcasts, but it's an old, not an old, but it's a few years old, and it's a mobile game. And it's just one of those stupid mobile games that they want you to pump all your money into, pay to win type stuff.
Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what I want to bring back is not having stupid commercials and not having paywalls.
Yeah, paywalls kind of suck. If there's one thing that we can guarantee for you for this podcast is we'll never have a paywall.
No.
We might get sponsors that we'll read like at the beginning.
Oh,
but
if somebody offers us actual money, we'll advertise just about anything.
Yeah, but I really like, I will like want to preface with people, like I'll do it at the beginning. Like I don't want to do like mid-roll reads. Because once you're into the podcast, bro, you're in the podcast. Right. And so I would want all the sponsors, if we ever get any, to just be like at the beginning. Right. And then if you don't want to watch them, you can just skip them. Yeah. Right? Or you can support whatever you want to do. But no mid-roll reads, no paywalls. It's free. What do you got to say, Justin?
It's time that we close this thing out with a nice tag.
You're out!
Out! So
you know what my favorite thing is? Yeah. Is umpires that on balls, they go like this. They go, ball. Yeah. Ball. And then anytime it's a strike,
strike! And then they do the cool thing with their hands.
Yeah!
You're out. That's a good tagline.
You're out is a good tagline. I'm trying to think of the things that we talked about today. Jim Crow.
Just a couple of B-boys.
Couple of B-boys is good.
Yeah, I don't want Jim Crow in the title.
Childhood games and Jim Crow.
Yeah. Yeah. Chandler's obsessed with Jim Crow.
Jim Crow and the B-boys.
No.
I like childhood games.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
The tagline is childhood games.
Ooh, Republic-Clones.
Republic-Clones is a good one.
Republic-Clones would be good.
Yeah, Democrats and Republic-Clones.
Yeah. Democrat on that.
Let's just get everyone mad right at the start before they even turn the thing on.
Send us anything at crackerjokespod@gmail.com.
Send us many things.
That's the name of the podcast.
The podcast will be better if you send us things. That'll be the tagline. The podcast will be better. Our tagline is, we're trying to do better.
Okay, everybody, thanks so much for being here.
Bye.
Bye.